A simple moment that touched viewers more than expected. On the morning of the 15th, episode 10 of the reality show Fresh Off the Sea aired with what initially appeared to be a light-hearted segment, a surprise visit from actress Kim Hye-yoon to the show's cast in Boryeong. Among them was actor Lee Jae-wook, her former co-star in Extraordinary You. There were no promotional teasers, no grand entrance. Yet, their casual and seemingly unplanned reunion quickly set social media abuzz. What is it about this brief interaction that captured so much attention? Raw and unfiltered, a new recipe for reality TV appeal? Before diving into the chemistry between Lee Jae-wook and Kim Hye-yoon, we should look at the backdrop. Fresh Off the Sea isn't your typical flashy entertainment show. There's no dazzling stage, no studio lighting, just the sea, the breeze, and a group of celebrities learning to live simply, like real coastal farmers. Kim Hye-yoon's surprise appearance at dawn, when everyone was still half asleep and makeup-free, stood out precisely because of its sincerity. Lee Jae-wook's startled reaction, "Are you really going to do this shamelessly?" followed by her heartfelt attempt to make scrambled eggs as an apology, created a refreshingly raw moment on screen. As media critic Oh Ji-seon noted, Korean audiences are increasingly fatigued by polished, perfectly edited relationships and public personas. They crave authenticity, and in the quiet humility of Fresh Off the Sea, sincerity becomes striking. Lee Jae-wook and Kim Hye-yoon, the almost couple of Korean dramas? At the heart of this episode was the reunion of Lee Jae-wook and Kim Hye-yoon. To many fans, their names are synonymous with 2019's Extraordinary You, a school-themed fantasy drama that stood out for its genre blending and poignant storytelling. Kim Hye-yoon played Yoon Dan-oh, a high school student with a heart condition living inside a comic book world, while Lee Jae-wook portrayed Baek, her cold and emotionally distant fiancé. Though their characters never ended up together, the chemistry they shared on screen left fans yearning for more. Some even dubbed them K-Dramaland's most beautiful missed connection. In Fresh Off the Sea, Lee Jae-wook staged her remark, "I thought it was a dream, so I went back to sleep," upon seeing Hye-yoon again, and his surprise at learning she arrived at 6:30 a.m., reignited that old fan sentiment. Were they just good actors? Or was there something more? A reunion without cameras rolling, but still enough to write a new chapter. What made this reunion even more meaningful was the absence of promotional context. They weren't on screen to promote a drama or push a product. They were simply old friends catching up. This lent an unexpected emotional weight to every gesture. Lee Jae-wook asking, "Are you okay?" upon learning Hye-yoon woke up early, or Yam Young-ah calling out warmly, "Hye-yoon, aren't you cold?" All felt unfiltered, unscripted. Fans, especially long-time shippers, were quick to reignite their imaginations. On forums like Biku and Pon, comments flooded in. "Oh my god, the way Lee Jae-wook looked at her, he still remembers Dan-oh. Please, cast them together again. Hye-yoon is just adorable. Even a short guest appearance melts my heart." From on-screen chemistry to long-term brand value. This moment between Lee Jae-wook and Kim Hye-yoon also reflects a broader shift in Korean entertainment. On-screen chemistry is no longer just a fleeting asset for one show, it can become a lasting public interest, even years after the credits roll. According to media scholar Choi Min-yoon from Yonsei University, when a pair of actors creates believable chemistry and maintains a positive relationship off-screen, they become symbolic couples that the media can revisit repeatedly, without the need for manufactured drama or scandal. This was the case for Sun Mi-jin and Yoon Bin, who went from co-stars in Crash Landing on You to a real-life couple. Similarly, Lee Jae-wook and Kim Hye-yoon, if cast again in a project, could create a comparable ripple effect, especially now, as both are entering pivotal moments in their careers. Conclusion: one encounter, many layers of meaning. Fresh Off the Sea isn't just a show about fishing and cooking. In its 10th episode, it accidentally became the stage for a reunion that touched many fans, a reunion not orchestrated for drama, but rooted in real, unspoken bonds between two young stars. In an era saturated with fast-tracked romances, scripted scandals, and meticulously crafted media personas, perhaps it is these small, authentic moments that resonate the most. A soft look, a sincere question, a plate of scrambled eggs, they remind us that some connections linger beyond the screen. And perhaps, in the hearts of fans, the love story between Yoon Dan-oh and Baek isn't quite over, just waiting for a new chapter, no script required. When Kim Hye-yoon made a surprise early morning visit to the cast of TVN's reality show Fresh Off the Sea, few expected her brief appearance would ignite such a wave of emotion among viewers. But as she locked eyes with Lee Jae-wook, her former co-star from the 2019 hit Extraordinary You, something quietly magical happened. It wasn't loud or staged. There were no fireworks. Yet somehow, it became one of the most talked about moments in Korean entertainment last week. In that subtle, sleepy-eyed reunion, a unique kind of nostalgia came alive. Not just for a beloved drama, but for a time when two young stars shared the kind of on-screen chemistry that left a lasting mark. A meeting bathed in morning light and memory. The 10th episode of Fresh Off the Sea, aired on June 15, was intended to highlight the cast harvesting small octopus in Boryeong. But it unexpectedly became the backdrop for something more emotionally resonant, a warm, unrehearsed interaction between Lee Jae-wook and Kim Hye-yoon. Waking up late and still groggy, Lee Jae-wook initially believed Hye-yoon's presence was a dream. "What time did you get here?" he asked with a soft smile. 6:30, she replied. Surprised, he immediately followed up, "Are you okay?" A simple question, but for fans, it was loaded with affection and concern. Just moments earlier, veteran actress Yoon Yong-ah had called out, "Hey Yoon, aren't you cold?" It was as if everyone instinctively slipped into a protective, almost familial posture around the young actress, highlighting just how beloved she remains. Yoon Dan-oh and Baek, the romance that wasn't, but should have been? In Extraordinary You, Kim Hye-yoon and Lee Jae-wook portrayed Yoon Dan-oh and Baek, a couple trapped in a fictional comic book world. Their love was doomed, turbulent, and unfinished. But viewers fell hard for them. Their on-screen tension and emotional complexity left many wondering, what if they were together in real life? That lingering what if is part of what made their brief reunion on Fresh Off the Sea so meaningful. There were no lines, no rehearsals, only instinctive comfort, subtle concern, and eye contact that said more than any script could. The power of realness in a manufactured media world. In an age of scripted reality and carefully crafted celebrity personas, the simplicity of this reunion felt revolutionary. No filters. No styling teams. Just two actors in hoodies and messy hair, meeting under the sea breeze of Boryeong. Media analyst Han Min-seo puts it this way, audiences today crave authenticity. In that short, unplanned moment between Jae-wook and Hye-yoon, there was more emotional truth than in some entire dramas. This authenticity, some argue, may be more powerful than a high-budget comeback. In a world overrun by loud content, quiet sincerity has become the most unexpected form of drama. A scene worth repeating, on or off screen. While no official plans for a reunion project between Lee Jae-wook and Kim Hye-yoon have been announced, the calls from fans are getting louder. Cast them together again. And they still have unfinished chemistry. Flooded platforms like Twitter and the Q following the episode. If entertainment producers are listening, they might want to reconsider. In a sea of overproduced pairings, perhaps the magic lies in those who've already proven, even unintentionally, that they can make audiences feel something real.